Happy Tuesday. I realized it's been quite a while since I'd actually done a live stream, and figured I would hop on for, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. Talk about, the goings and ons of Tone. It's Ambient Tuesday, apparently. What's up going on? What's up, Jonathan? What's up, Rywin? Tonight I am playing through my kind of updated board into two of my Tonix captures. What's up, Charles? How are you, man? So what you're hearing right now is my AC30 and my Basement. Enough of that ambient stuff. Yeah, so you were just now listening to my AC30 and Basement captures. I spent some time tonight working on a PDF that would go with each of the captures, as well as with the whole bundle. For those of you who don't know, I'm finally making my way into the world of Tonex. And I've been kind of experimenting over the last few months with creating my own captures. And honestly, mostly because my church is going to be doing a renovation next summer, and I kind of want to be ahead of the game, so to say. So, I have a quad cortex, and that's fine. I also kind of just want to see what the deal was with them. So, captured all my amps, learned a lot. And finally, kind of at a point to where I'm pretty happy with them. So I'd like to share that with y'all. And for those of you who maybe missed the story the other day, I will be selling them. I am going to be there's going to be technically five captures available, but with split up between 4 amps, right? So you'll have the my Matchless Clubman in its 112 cab. Matchless Clubman in its original 212 cab. They're quite different, so that's a great value. My 1990 AC30, my 1966 Fender Basement, and then my Dual Citizen. No, church is not going ampless. They're just doing a renovation, and during the renovation, we're going to be in a separate building. Yeah. Thank Clark. Thank you, man. Gonna be grabbing these. Try, man. Dude, awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Brandon Williams asked, "Are they in phase?" Yes, they are in phase. I was actually, for a second there, I thought maybe they weren't. But then when I did some testing, I was like, oh, they're all in phase. I actually did some demos today that I'll have available whenever you actually purchase them, so you can hear them kind of in isolation. And then I'm also going to include what I call a common pairing type thing, where it's like, oh, if you buy the whole bundle of all 4 amps, these kind of what I tended to gravitate towards. AC30 and Bassman. The Dual Citizen and Bassman is awesome. It's really, really great. The Matchless Clubman and the AC30 is awesome as well. So just general purpose common pairings that I think y'all would like. Gave some kind of disclaimers about certain amps. It's like the Matchless Clubman is not an AC30. It's not a DC30. It's kind of its own thing. It's aggressive sounding and it's killer. Same thing with the Bassman. The Bassman is not a deluxe. It's not a Pro Sonic. It's not a twin. It's not crazy clean. It can be quite aggressive. Did that and pretty happy with them. So here we go. This is kind of what it sounds like dry. So like I said, right now I'm using the AC30 and the Bassman, and that's what it sounds like dry right here. That's with nothing else on besides compression. This is with the Schaefer Replica Storm. This is with the Daily Driver. This is with the Overdriver. So kind of a few things to Freebird. Of course you would. Henderson, you're a certified boomer, even though we're like 2 years apart. Play Mary Had a Little Lamb. Jordan, shouldn't you be like squatting right now, or doing something? Shouldn't you be lifting heavy weights? There you go. That's for you. What was I saying? Oh, I forgot. This is the Prickly Pear. Is the Prickly Pear with the Storm. You're jamming. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, Abel, dude, the Overdrive is so good. Honestly, it responds slightly differently on here than it does with my real amps, and I'm kind of okay with that. Dude, my Overdriver has so much headroom. It'll freaking blow your brains out. Yeah, that's cool. What else? Aspen. Yeah, they sound really great. Like I said, I'm pretty dang happy with them, man. They're Abel, it kind of sounded like it had more low end thump than those. Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's with like the tone, like the bass and treble, like at noon. Just one Creed riff. You gotta think of if I actually know any Creed stuff. I mean, obviously I know Higher, like the chords of it. That's for you, Jordan. I like Creed. I don't dislike Creed. Yeah, Abel. It does definitely does have a bit more low end thumb to it. Mine. I got mine from Greg Lauer, and we're thinking that he did some work to it to kind of give it some like a little bit more oomph. Like I said, it responds ever so slightly different. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate you. See you in a few days. Like I said, it does respond ever so slightly different in the tone X than it does to my amps, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Everything else sounds pretty equal. So yeah, a few things. I was going to try and make a website that I could just send everyone a link to. But man, I did not want to go through all the hassle of setting it up and having to deal with paywalls and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to say is basically starting tonight, if you want to pick up the captures, shoot me a DM. I'll send you my PayPal link. And I'll send you a folder with whatever you're looking for. So, like I said the other day, selling them each for $10 a piece, or the whole bundle of all 4 amps for $30. That'll include all captures. That'll also include some wave files of them in isolation, so you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to sound like, and then a PDF. Basically how to get started and all that kind of stuff. So basically from now till I see fit to create a website, shoot me a DM and I'll get those sent over to you. One thing to keep in mind too is that I did not go down the route of like making multiple captures with different gain levels. I basically set them up to how I set my amps. I feel like that would be the most realistic use case of it. There are some tips and tricks that I included in the PDF for like input trim, something like that. Like I basically set them up to where, like, depending on the output of the guitar, you could set your input trim anywhere from -3 to +3. Like right now with my Les Paul, which is kind of a low output guitar, I have it set to +3 on the AC30 and Bassman. Oh gosh. That's y'all. That's all I got for tonight. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Play a little bit. I'm also on YouTube right now. If you guys want to hear it in glorious stereo. I missed some comments over on YouTube. I'm playing through some Tonex captures of amps that I have in my studio. There's a few things that I included on the PDF, but I figured I would talk about too. So, like I said, I set the captures up basically for how I would actually use these specific amps. So that means that there's not like plus gain, minus gain, clean, set for strat, or whatever. That's like I basically dialed in tones with my Les Paul, my Tele, and my Veritas. And honestly, they're all pretty similar in terms of gain and output. And I'm the kind of person that does not mind having an amp set a certain way, and when I plug in a guitar, if it's a little bright, I'll turn the tone down. Something simple as that, right? That's one way that was one of the ways for how I did this. Also, and you'll read this on the PDF if you pick them up. I took a lot of time and detail in terms of making sure that the signal was correct, both going in to the app as well as going out. There's some science to it that really makes a big difference in terms of how your captures will feel. Also, took some tips and tricks from some friends of mine. Like one of the things that was recommended to me was, hey, set your amp just a little bit dirtier than how you would normally use it. So, if I normally set my AC30 to be at like 9 o'clock on the volume, maybe set it to 10 or 11. That way, when you capture it, it's actually capturing a little bit of that like amp compression from like the preamp and whatnot. And then on the back side, you can turn your input trim down or actual channel gain down on the amp, on the capture. And that seemed to work. So what you're hearing now is, the stuff that I made. Happy with it. Like I said, input trim wise, you're looking at anywhere from -3 to +3, depending on the guitar you're using. Mess around with it. I'm not like ultra religious about like specific settings. I'm not trying to get these to sound like Bethel or Passion or Elevation or whoever. I'm just trying to get them to sound like how my amps sound. And I think that, with my 30 years of experience, I think that some of y'all could possibly enjoy that. So that's why I'm doing it. Yeah, so if you're interested, shoot me a DM. If you've already sent me either, a PayPal thing or whatever, just remind me, because I'm a busy dad. I got a job, and sometimes I might forget. So yeah, so I'm gonna play y'all out. If you're interested, send me a message on here. Going. And obviously, if you like them, share the love. Oh, also one more thing too. Phase, they should be all in phase. In my testing, I didn't find them that they were out of phase, so that's cool. They're not necessarily level matched, so adjust your main output level to compensate. Like I said, they're set up for like how I set my amps up, and my amps are not always 100% perfectly even, but they're always complementary. Thanks, Nick. Sweet. You guys have a great night. I'll see you around. Like I said, if you're interested, shoot me a message and I'll get those sent over to y'all. Have a good Tuesday.